Alright guys, here's what I got off from first cutting. Last year I got 39 bales. This year I got 89 bales. And they were saying it was a short year as far as the volume, because what happened was we had a cold spring, kind of stunted the growth, and then it got hot and everything headed out. And by that time the rain was kind of done. And that undergrowth wasn't as full as it usually is. One neighbor says he usually gets 300 bales off one field, and he only got 210 this year. So maybe I can expect a little bit more in the future, but better than 39, and it's way better quality hay. And these suckers are, I mean, they're friggin' tight, man. So there it is. There's a lot of seed in here if you look. God, that smells good. Anyway, there's a ton of seed in here too, and this fescue orchard grass. The endophyte is a fungus that grows in the seed. You don't have to worry about that unless they're wet. So anyway, I tedded all this. I'll upload a video of that. I tedded it. We did this probably, I don't know, 4 days ago, and the grass is already greening up behind it. It rained as soon as we were done. And but only like 3/10, but that was enough to there's the new dozed off land. I'm so glad I left all those trees. They'll fill in a little bit, like those trees over there. I did that whole line. You guys remember that maybe? And see how it filled in around there? These trees will do the same thing. They'll fill in, right, Anyway, but that's just kind of what it looks like around here. So I'd love some more rain. I'll get another cutting out this bad boy. But it's hard to believe where this came from. This time last year, that was still, oh shit, that was still a pond. And I mean, it grew up pretty good. That's a lot of stubble in there too. There's a lot of orchard grass in there. Yeah, there's my yard. I think I made my fucking yard a little bit too big, guys. It's a pretty big yard. It takes a long time to cut it. But, yeah, so now this winter I got to start thinking about pens. I'm getting concrete in there. That's why all this stuff's out of it. And I'm thinking about, with steel pipe going straight down to that corner, right there, and then all the way over, I'll have a gate. Working facility on that side of that barn, put a lean-to over it, and then another pen out here, right here. So I'll have a way to work them through, and then I can release them out into, whatever. But, and then I have this middle fence, may come down, it may not, I don't know. But I'm gonna rotationally graze, and man, I want to find a way to irrigate. I think I have a good idea. I'm going to research the hell out of it. So there's a pond there, there's a pond there, and there's a pond down there. If I can get all three of those ponds bigger and deeper and able to hold some volume, I'll get a lot more out of grazing. Jared Woodgate is that guy's name from South Africa. He does dairy and he irrigates, and he's got a cool little system. I mean, like, it could work. So, but I keep saying about, so I seeded all this, and man, this was patchy last year. You guys remember? It's not anymore. So I'm happy with what came up, but out of everything I seeded, okay, I did all that. Yeah, I did overseed this last fall, and then again in February. But I planted this right here at the end of the summer, like in August. And oh my gosh, that's the same seed as that. It is. Now this gets cut, so it's green and nice and great. I also drug and fertilized this too. But out of my whole yard, I did this part last at the end of the summer because I realized my garden was way too big. And just look at that. So that's a fall seeding right there. I'm loving the way that looks. So, but I did a couple different things in a couple different places just to kind of try some shit. I like fall seeding better because I said this on my other video. It doesn't have that weed competition, and then it's got 2 months on the on the next year, 2-3 months of growth. So anyway, yeah. So look at, there's the bales. Looking pretty good, I guess. I don't know. Let them all sweat out. I let them sweat out for 2.5 weeks last year. And we baled it a little wetter last year. The hay was still fine, but this moisture content is not as high as it was last year. I didn't do a reading, but we tedded it. We cut it, waited a little bit, tedded it. Next day, raked it, and it was just dry, nice, good shit. Tedding it really works. Plus, we baled it in like 90 degrees with wind. You know what I mean? Both days. So, anyway, get this all cleaned out. 6-inch pad throughout. I'm going to slant it that way and then slant it this way. And then also at these corners are going to slant in so it won't ever sit in a corner, any water. And that'll be that. So get all this in concrete. And this already has an underground 200 amp panel in here, single phase. And I'm going to run a T off of that waterer and put one in there and just frame it out of the concrete. Frame myself out a little box. And then I'll have a frost-proof hydrant on the inside too for future use. I don't know what I'm going to use it for, but now's the time to put it in there. So anyway, yeah, so that's the next step. And then after that concrete, we're getting concrete here for putting a loading dock. Shit, I'm zoomed in again. A loading dock, and then just this here. I'll probably have a little concrete, and then I'll just round that off. I'll figure that out. But yeah, that's what's going on. I'm loading up the car right now and going back to Chi-Town. But whatever, it's what I have to do to try to do this, you know. I'm not making any money over here. I'm spending it like a motherfucker. Sorry for the language. Sorry. Yeah, she has a swear jar. Equipment money is slowly becoming new furniture money. I better watch out with that stuff. Because she, like, really keeps track, too. So, I gotta, stop swearing so darn much. But she even counts it if I catch myself and don't say the whole word. It still counts, and I still gotta pay. And it's kind of expensive, so I gotta stop that. All right, guys, I'll just give you one. And I'll look around. Please, God, rain. Please, God, rain. Anyway, it did green up a little bit, but we need some rain. So, that's it. Comment, rate, and subscribe if you want to. After this video, there'll be some more to come once I took on my glasses. So, all right, guys. Later.